Thank you.
Tim, wait a minute. Come on, Tim. Feel free to peek in Grandma's room as you come around here. Isn't that cool? Sorry,
Oh, watch yourself.
tripping hazards up here.
Look how short this beds are.
You guys see how short the rail was when we came upstairs? It is short. This is a funny story. We don't know what Alexander Hanna looks like. If anyone ever finds a picture of him, will you please call me? We have pictures of his father, Samuel, but we've never seen Alexander. All we know is that he was a short man, and he actually rode a pony around the grounds. So I don't know if that was custom built to his height or not, but it's kind of neat. You guys, I'm going to have you kind of peek in Grandma's room as you come around over here, because you might want to take a look at that. It's a pretty interesting room. I wanted you to see Grandma's room because a lot of the stories you read in the paranormal books begin in this room. They're not all true. The walls don't drip blood in here. It doesn't smell like cadavers. The O'Briens reported a death smell in here that they could not get rid of, but we haven't experienced that since we've been in the house. However, I will let you know that we get lots of smells up here. Roses, flowers, in here and over here a real strong like cherry pipe tobacco kind of smell. I on more than one occasion have smelled the fire while I was standing on the landing, but it didn't smell when I went downstairs or upstairs. I went outside on the porch and I couldn't smell anything. So just some interesting smells up here. A couple other stories about these two bedrooms. We had a volunteer one night go into Grandma's room and decided to have a beer. And apparently she did not like that too much. As soon as he opened the beer, he said he felt so sick. It was like writhing pain. And he said as soon as he came out the door it was fine. But she did not like that at all. And that is Grandma's picture sitting by the bed. So everybody say hi, Grandma, as we leave. That's where I'm sleeping tonight, so we don't want to make her too mad. So be nice to her. As far as this room goes, a couple of the more recent reports in this room, one woman said that the table next to the bed was rotating on its own really slowly. Another woman reported a green orb that she saw with her eyes, not on a camera, floating around the room. And I asked her if it was a lightning bug. She assured me that it wasn't. So those are some of the stories that we've heard lately in there. I'm going to have everybody follow me into this room. We got to get everybody in here. It's going to be a tight squeeze, so come on around. Are you allowed to? Yeah. This should be okay. Yeah. There was no indoor plumbing when the home was built, so the ladies' room was probably a sitting room or a nursery, and the men's room was a closet. And one funny story I forgot to tell you guys, come on in, we're going to have to kind of squeeze in here. Back then, anything that had a door on it was taxed as a room. It's called the door tax. And every room up here has a closet, so that's why this is a 23-room mansion, because of all the closets. It's kind of funny. Okay, I need everybody to come in here with me, please. Sorry. You're welcome to come back another time. Come on in. I just gotta know where the last person is, or I'll leave them up here.
Come on in.
Anybody else?
Yeah, there's a few of me and
Few of them? Okay. Are you my last one?
No, there's like 2 more.
Okay. Will you ask them to, yeah, just make sure you're the last ones that come down, okay? We're going to go this way. Not everybody knows this is here. The bookcase is not original. This was added on for our murder mystery dinners. But the staircase we're getting ready to go down is. This is the servant's staircase. They weren't typically allowed to use the main staircase in the home, so this is the way they accessed upstairs. It's not as nice as the main stairs. It's got some patches on it. Please watch your step. I don't want anyone to fall. We're going to continue and go on down into the basement, okay? Last person, please make sure everybody comes down. Please watch your step on that cord down there. We're doing some construction for haunted house, so don't trip. Downstairs and to the left. Downstairs and to the left. Watch the cords down there, guys. I don't want anybody to trip.
This is where the slaves burned to death. They took the lantern over.
Slaves got buried under the sea.
It's for the haunted house. It's the haunted house. Huh? Okay.
That chair looks spooky.
Notice on the bookshelf up there they had the Helter Skelter book.
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, I saw that first thing I saw when I was there.
Hungry?
Well, that stuff's probably original. This should have been where the slaves died.
Smells like a basement, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to the basement of the Hanna house, everybody. Nobody sat in the rocking chair? That's the best seat in the house. Come on.
Afraid I'll break it.
Okay, I don't want to stand. Here, I'm going to sit right here. A lot of the legend of the Hanna house begins down here, but because of its nature, it wasn't documented. I'm going to tell you guys the story exactly as it was passed down to me from the family and let you draw your own conclusions as to what happened, okay? Supposedly, the Hanna house was a stop on the Underground Railroad, the stop before the Slippery Noodle in downtown Indianapolis. We do have a few professors from IU who say they've confirmed that, but like I said, a lot of those things were written down. We do know that Hanna was an avid abolitionist, but that's about it. Story goes that one night they were down here in the basement, sleeping on a straw-like bedding. A lantern overturned, caught it on fire. They could not get out, and they perished down here. Now, Hanna couldn't expose that he was harboring slaves in the basement, obviously. He would have been thrown in jail, and so they're supposed to be buried down here. One of three scenarios, guys. Either they were buried down here and still are, or they were and then moved later for a proper burial, or they were never down here. We really don't know. A lot of people ask me, well, where's the tunnel? But there wasn't always a tunnel. It was just stops moving northward, you know. However, we did have a gentleman several years back working on the old Zayers who came over to let us know that they did find a tunnel in their basement. They followed it until it collapsed, and he came over to tell us it was headed for the house. Also, 2 years ago, I had a gentleman working in Garfield Park that came over to tell me they had found a tunnel system under their property, which back then would have been the edge of Hanna's property. Again, I don't know if it has anything to do with it or not. We've not found a tunnel, but I like to tell you guys everything that I know. The jars are Grandma's canned goods, Grandma that we met upstairs. They were canned between the 1920s and the 1950s. And we know that because some of the newspaper lining